All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about the very lifeblood of our future cities, energy. You know, how we create it, how we manage it, and how we use it. That's going to be the single biggest piece of the puzzle in building truly smart, sustainable places to live. So let's break down the challenge and some of the seriously brilliant solutions that are already powering our future. I want to start with just one number, 70%. Just let that sink in for a second. That is the staggering amount of global CO2 emissions that come directly from our cities. It's one number that really frames the entire challenge we're up against. And yeah, that brings us right to the heart of it. Our cities are amazing, right? They're these vibrant hubs of culture and innovation. But they're also the epicenters of a massive, massive energy problem. And the scale of this is just immense. Think about it. Our cities gobble up a full 2/3 of all the energy on the planet, and they're responsible for that 70% of emissions we just talked about. This huge demand is exactly why our cities have to be the ones to lead the charge for change.
So, what do we do? How do you even begin to tackle a challenge that huge? Well, the answer lies in a concept you've probably heard about, one that's quickly moving from sci-fi to reality, the smart city. Now, at its heart, this isn't about flashy gadgets or robots everywhere. A smart city is really a whole new approach. It's about using data and digital tools to make everything from your commute to waste management way more efficient. And the goal? To make life better and more sustainable for every single person who lives there. But here's the thing. None of that is possible, not a single bit of it, without getting the most fundamental element right. Energy. It's the catalyst. It's the foundation that every other part of a smart city is built on. And this really gets to the crucial point. You can have all the cool sensors and data in the world, but if your city is still running on a clunky, carbon-heavy energy system, you haven't really built a smart city. The transformation has to start with the power itself. And that begins with us making a conscious decision about the kind of infrastructure we choose to build from the ground up. So, what does this energy revolution actually look like? Let's pop the hood, open up the toolkit, and check out the key components that are making this whole transformation happen right now. First things first, the foundation of this whole toolkit is changing where the energy comes from in the first place. It's a huge shift away from burning finite fossil fuels. We're talking about tapping into the forces of nature that are all around us: the sun, the wind, the heat from deep within the earth, even the power of our oceans. It's about generating power from the environment, not at its expense.
Okay, so if renewables are the new fuel source, then the smart grid is the brand new nervous system that gets that power where it needs to go. This isn't just about poles and wires anymore. It's an intelligent, responsive network that can manage energy in a way the old grid could never even dream of.
And this chart just illustrates the difference perfectly. The old grid was like a one-way monologue. A giant power plant shouted electricity out, and that was it. A smart grid, it's a dynamic, two-way conversation. It means your neighbor's rooftop solar panels can contribute back to the grid. It means the system can automatically detect a problem and reroute power before you even notice a flicker. It's a complete game changer. Now, this is a really subtle but super important distinction. Let me put it this way. Lowering energy intensity is like redesigning a factory so it uses less power to build one car. Improving energy efficiency is like designing a car that goes twice as far on the same charge. A truly smart city has to make the decision to do both. It's about being smarter with the energy we have and needing less of it in the first place. So what happens when we start putting all these tools from the toolkit together? How do these ideas actually change the city we live, work, and move through every single day? It all connects into this amazing cohesive system. Just imagine, the buildings we live and work in are no longer just passive energy hogs. They're active participants designed to use as little energy as possible. The cars on our streets become clean electric vehicles that actually talk to the grid. And watching over the whole thing, you have intelligent systems acting like the city's brain, making sure energy flows perfectly in real time. Now, I'm going to ask you a question that sounds like it's straight out of a movie, but it points to one of the most creative and honestly exciting new ideas in smart city energy. Everybody meet kinetic energy floors. The idea is as simple as it is brilliant. These are special floor tiles that capture the kinetic energy from people walking, running, or even dancing on them, and they turn that movement directly into usable electricity.
So, how much power are we talking about? Well, a single one of these tiles can generate up to 160 watts of power from just one footstep. Now, imagine that scaled up across a busy train station, a crowded public square, or an entire stadium. You are literally turning the city's own human movement into a cleaned power source. It is just an incredible example of distributed energy generation. And, that really brings us to our final thought here. The technology to build these smarter, more sustainable cities, it's here. It exists. So the real question isn't about the tech anymore. It's about us. As our cities get more intelligent, how do we, as citizens, as leaders, as communities, how do we evolve with them to make sure this incredible transformation is fair, effective, and truly sustainable for everyone?